Hello, my name's Adrian, and in this video I'm going to show you how to install a WordPress development server on Windows 10 with Zamp. Okay, let's start by taking a look at what we're going to do. First of all, we're going to install Zamp, then we're going to create a database, and then finally we're going to install WordPress on our new server. Okay, so I'm sure you know this already, but just for completeness, Zamp is an application which runs on top of Windows 10, and it's used by web developers for development and testing. So Zamp comes with a server which is called Apache, and it comes with a database which is called MariaDB, and that allows us to install WordPress on top of Zamp so that we can run it on our computer and use it for development purposes. Now, when we finished our development, we need to move into production, and at that stage we would need to go and find a server from something like Amazon Web Services, and we would most probably deploy what's called a Linux web server. We'd install a server on top of that and a database, and then we'd migrate the WordPress website that we developed on our Windows 10 platform over to our Linux web server, and then we'd launch it live so that the world could see it. So that's what we're going to be learning today. We're going to learn how to do this. Okay, so let's go and download Zamp. So type Zamp into Google. Look for this link here. There's actually a shortcut to the download, but let's go through the home page. There we go. Click on this button here, Zamp for Windows, and you can see that it started downloading. I'm going to cancel that because I've actually downloaded it already to save time. And there it is. It's in my downloads folder. Okay, let's double click on it. Now I'm getting this error message and it's to do with administrator rights. I just accept that and just soldier on. But if you want to learn more about that problem, if you go to Google and type in Zamp UAC error and read this article here, and it'll tell you how to fix it. But to be honest with you, I just install it and then run it as an administrator if I have a problem. Okay, so I'm going to click Next. Now, we don't need the Mercury mail server, and we don't need Tomcat, and we also don't need Perl, and we don't need Webalizer. I'm going to leave fake send mail switched on, PHP myadmin, which we're going to use in a minute, PHP, which we need because WordPress runs on PHP. We don't need the FileZilla FTP server. We do need MySQL, and we do need Apache. So click Next. I'm going to leave the install folder at the default, which is C:\Zamp. So click Next. And I don't want to learn more about Bitnami. And now I'm ready to install. Okay, so installation took about 3 or 4 minutes, and here we are at the completed page. Do I want to start the control panel now? Yes, I do, so I'll click Finish. I'll select American English. Okay, so here's the Zamp control panel. I'm going to start Apache, and I'm going to start MySQL. And then I'm going to go to Google Chrome, and I'm going to type in local host, and we've got success because we can see this welcome page, welcome to Zamp for Windows 7.3.1. So Zamp's working, and that's great news. Okay, so we've just installed Zamp and we know that it's working, so the next thing we need to do is we need to create a database. So that's what we're going to do next. Okay, so we go back to our local host and we type in php myadmin, hit enter, and we taken to this application, which is a tool that we can use to administer our databases. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on databases, and then I'm going to create a new one. So I'm going to call it, I'll just call it WordPress. And I'm going to click create. That's it. That's all we have to do. So that's our database created. Okay, so finally we need to install WordPress. Okay, so we go to Chrome, go to the home page, type in WordPress. Now, there are two kinds of WordPress. There's what's called WordPress.com, which is hosted by WordPress themselves. It's on their servers, and you can't edit it, you can't do any development on it. But it's a great way of building websites quickly, but that's not what we're doing here. We're going to actually download a copy of WordPress from the WordPress.org website, which is slightly different to WordPress.com. So WordPress.com is a website that's run by the same organization, but as I say, WordPress.com is hosted by them, and we want the software. We want to actually download the WordPress software. So I'm going to click Get WordPress, and then I'm going to click Download WordPress 5.0.3. Okay, so it's downloaded. I'm going to click Show in Folder, and there it is. And now what I need to do is I need to extract it. So I'm going to click Extract All. I'm going to do that. And after about 10 minutes it's extracted. And we want this folder, so I'm going to do a right click and click on cut. And now I'm going to come across to C, and I'm going to look for our Zamp folder. So I've gone to C, and there we are, and there's our Zamp folder. And there's a special folder that you need to remember. It's this one. It's called htdocs, and that is the folder where you need to put all your websites. So I'm just going to drop the folder that we've just copied from our downloads folder here. I'm going to click paste, and that's in there now. Now I'm going to go back to localhost, and now I'm going to type in WordPress. And so this is the first page of the WordPress setup wizard. Okay, so it's asking me if I've got a database set up, and do I know the name, database name, username and password. So I do. So I click next. So the database, if you remember, we called it WordPress, so that's that taken care of. The username is admin. No, it's not. It's root, should I say? Root. And the password is just blank. And the database host is localhost. And we'll just leave that at the default and click submit. And it says, all right, sunshine, we're ready to install. So click run the installer. So I'm going to call the site WordPress. That's this capital P. It's what's called camel case. And I'm going to go give the username admin. And I'm not going to have a really difficult password to remember. I'm just going to call it 1234 because it's only on my computer, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, but when you migrate to the live environment, when you migrate to a production server, then you need to change your password to something more secure. Okay, so I'm going to confirm that password, and I'm just going to put a fake email address in here, as@email.com. And do I want to discourage search engine visibility? Well, it's on my computer, so it doesn't really matter because search engines can't find their way onto my computer. So I'm going to click install WordPress. Okay, so that's it. So let's go and log into the back end. So I'm going to change that to admin. And I've got 1234 as the password. So I'll click login. There we are, and we're into the back end. I don't want to remember that. Okay, so let's have a look. We're in the back end. Let's have a look at the front end. And there we are. We've got a simple hello world website. Okay, so that's all we're going to cover in this video. What you've got now is what developers call a vanilla WordPress website, which you can use for development. And so you can add your own themes, or you can modify themes, or you can create plugins, etc., etc. Okay, so I hope you found that useful, and if you've got any questions, then leave them down in the comments section and I'll do my best to get back to you. Okay, thanks a lot. Bye.